Hello and welcome to my channel Frontline and Chai. This is a solo podcast and I'm so glad to share some thoughts about something which has bothered me for a very long time. You see, I am born a Hindu, but I do not believe in religion, so I'm not a practicing religious person, and I don't believe in all humans are alike. We are all humans at the end of the day. So there's been a blog post of mine which has created quite a ripple over the past few years. It's called Kamakhya Yoni. Did you know about it? So I'll just go through that post and I'll tell you what is there. So I know I'll probably lose a lot of friends with this post. So because since I'm technically at that age where I'm supposed to be religious, but I'm not. That's besides the point. But I never stepped onto those zones who are religious, Hindus this time, and post numerous photos of gods and goddesses on their social media, etc. And I've ignored them completely. I don't respect the ardent public display or PDA, as you say, of religious spiritualism or religious sentiments, because I feel it's a very personal thing. So you do it only in a home and not in a public place. So I never spoke about it, okay? But I've seen hardcore realists and journalists on my era, who are journalists by the night, murmur a few inane Sanskrit words which they do not comprehend by the day during worship at home. It was all fine. I was having a gala time watching all that till today. So when I saw someone share a picture of Kamakhya goddess's yoni and ask everyone to share that so that they could see a miracle in their lives in a few days. I never share, I never have any miracles. That's again another topic to discuss. But what is yoni? Did you know about yoni? I did not know about yoni. On research, I learned that it's not just the female organ in its complete form, it's a bleeding female organ. Okay, I got a lot of threat calls when I wrote this article, so I'm expecting a lot of people are going to switch off this video right after when they hear this. But if you're still on, just listen to that. I know you want to know. You are one of those realist people, one of those realists. So this picture, look at the picture. It's a female organ with blood-like things running down like a river. This is not a statue. There is no statue, no idol or image of the Devi in the temple. But in the corner of the cave in the temple, there's a sculptured image of the yoni or vagina of the goddess, which is the object of worship and reverence. Kamakhya is supposed to be a very Jagrata Devi, and people get red cloth from the Kamakhya temple. You know what that red cloth is? Now you know what that red cloth means. So the last I heard was about a shivling. Okay, so now the shivling has a lot of explanation. I don't want to get into that, because shivling is apparently a Hindu's very artist being. I am not opposed to Shiv. You can see a picture of I painted a picture of Shiv in my own room. So I am not a very Shiv Bhakt. Neither am I opposed to Shiv. But I want to ask you, why do you worship a shivling? What is a ling? Why are you worshipping that? Why can't you worship the Shiv? Even if you have to worship him as a hallowed figure, or worship in your mind, while making a fun of organs. So my finger shakes to type this when I type this. But dear Hindus, to really have a dearth of gods and goddesses that you're going to start worshipping their organs, you don't consider it abnormal, bordering on perversion, to apply vermilion on the above this statue's And how long have you been doing this? Do you know how many of you know what were you worshipping? Do you know what were you worshipping? It's okay to go and worship it again, but please know what you're worshipping. We blame other religions for the tyrannical ways, the radical. Hindus are just a culture, a way of life. And these days, like, Hindus have become, we have to acknowledge our religion, so it's become Hindutva instead, and worshipping Ram and Krishna and Shiv has become like the must thing to do. If you do not worship them, then you're not an Indian. Then you don't even have nationality. You don't even have a nation. It seems you are anti-national. You don't even have an identity if you do not worship these things and you do not cry Jai Sri Ram. So, the temple of Kamakhya is in all Hindu mythology a very interesting bedtime story, okay, of its origin. It's one of the 108 Shakti Peeths. Now, we all know that the story of how Shiv was angry and he was in a Tandav dance. So let me just tell you the story for those young people who do not know the story. The story is that Sati, Shiv's then wife, Sati came in different forms in his life, as Sati, as Parvati, as Durga. So Shiv apparently kept on the same form and he was the same eternally youth figure. So when Sati was in Shiv's life, Sati and Shiv were much in love, and the king, Sati's father, King, what was his name, Daksha, he refused to get Sati married to Shiv because Shiv was always smoking marijuana. Okay, and yes, Shiv was always smoking marijuana and always on drugs, and he had a snake around his neck, and he was probably on snake poison or whatever. So he was always like a beggar on the street. So King Daksha did not want him as a son-in-law. So King Daksha, what he did, he refused to take him as the son-in-law. So King Daksha insulted Shiv when Shiv came to take Parvati home. King Daksha insulted Shiv so much that Parvati fainted and she died on spot. She could not take that insult for her husband. And this was the time Shiv lost his temper and he opened his third eye. And that opening the third eye means destruction. So he took Sati's body on his shoulder and he started dancing around the entire universe and destroying it so much. So then all the gods and goddesses ran to Brahma and said that Shiv is going to destroy the universe and the Kal is going to be over, so please stop him. So Vishnu threw his chakra and he said this is the only way we can get rid of the weight on his shoulders, on Shiv's shoulders, and that way we can stop him. So they cut Sati's body into 52 parts, and each part fell in different parts of India, only India. So it's something like UFOs coming and visiting only America. So that's fine, we understand it's a bedtime story, and it fell all in parts of India, in different parts, and vagina actually fell in Kamakhya, in Assam. So that was, and each part was wherever her body parts fell, a temple has been built on that spot to worship Devi Parvati, Sati or Parvati or whatever. So that's a mythology, an interesting story to tell children. Like I've told you the story, even I heard about it. But are you serious? I mean, do you even think what you're doing in your adult days? You don't take your bedtime story to adult days, right? So you're billing me the child's bedtime tale. Who told you the part of goddess Kamakhya fell wherever it actually fell and you can worship it? And who gave you the right to worship a when you've been raping them for years? Yes. So this is a most ironical situation. if not on the road, in your bedrooms, at your parties, at public vehicles, fingering without her consent. Some of them are doing that. Moreover, if goddess Kamakhya had been really existing, do you think as a woman she would have liked this? Getting worshipped on display? Think, darlings, think. Stop worshipping the flow. Just remember, this too shall pass. This strange phenomenon that has been happening in India, that you have to be a Hindutva or else your nationality is at stake, is going to pass very soon. This comes and goes. Please do not think. Use your brain cells. God has given you brain cells. Yes, I believe in God. There is a God, but you don't need a religion to reach Him. You can just reach Him inside your mind. And that's what my book is all about. This book, WTF, I Found God, is all about how to find God within yourself. You don't need any priest, any clergyman, any purohit, any minister to reach God. You're not even a temple, not even church, not even mosque. You can reach God within yourself. You don't even need a puja sthal to reach God. That all I will discuss in another episode, part of my book, which I've written, How to Reach God. So you can reach God that way. I mean, you can get that book online if you do not want to wait for the discussion or the podcast. But I request you to just reconsider your thoughts. And I've been getting a lot of hate mails because of this. A lot of people have been, saying this. But I want to ask you, who gave you the right to worship on blood, with blood in it? Who gave you the right? You're not in dearth of gods and goddesses already, okay? So please do not stop worshipping sexual organs. These people are minting money out of it, the temple people. They do not care. You have to care when you go there next. Okay, thanks. Definitely so much. Write to me whatever you want to write. I'll reply to them as much as I can. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.